If you ever come to disturb my island, the millions of titans sleeping inside the walls will flat the entire world. This is the message King Fritz, the 145 monarch of Eldia and also known as the first king inside the walls, sent the outside world when he migrated to the island of Paradise. But later on, that message was revealed to be a lie, an empty threat from the king to keep anyone from ever coming to disturb his heaven. So, if the king lied about the message, did he also lie about how much titans are inside the walls? Well, today, for the very first time ever, we will reveal together the true number of titans inside the walls. Now, let me be clear, this is not a clickbait, this is an actual calculation based on information from the manga and anime, and today I will show you how to calculate it yourself. Even though this video is based on research and math, it is still considered a theory, so I won't be expecting the story to develop according to this. This video is only a way for me to give you unique and unusual Attack on Titan content that no one else is talking about, so I really hope you would like it. If you appreciate this video or you're new to my channel or maybe just haven't done it yet, please subscribe to help me reach 1000 subscribers. I'm currently almost at 900 and I can really use your help. That will help me improve my channel and the content that I make for you. Also, you can now support me and my channel on my new Patreon page, and I will link everything in the description. And now, after I'm done rambling, let's count some titans. In order to solve our math problem, we will need to calculate only two things. First one is how wide is a wall titan, and the second thing is how long the walls are. We will use few math known principles and formulas, including proportions, the circumference of a circle, and simple counting. In order to start our calculation, we need some additional information, so here is the map of the walls with some more information and numbers from Isayama himself. First, we can all agree that the three walls are simply three perfect circles, not including the gates and district. We also know that in the middle of Wall Sina there is the capital, Mithras, which is actually the middle of Wall Sina as well as all the other circles. So we actually know what is the radius of each wall, or more simply, the distance between the capital Mithras to each wall. Now that we know the length from the middle to the outer walls, we basically have the radius of each circle. Wall Sina is 250 kilometers, Wall Rose is 380 kilometers, and Wall Maria is 480 kilometers. With this information, I can now start calculating the circumference of each wall, or in simple words, we are going to calculate how long each wall really is if we would stretch it to a straight line. First, we must convert each radius we calculated before from kilometers to meters, so it would be easier to deal with later on. Each kilometer is basically 1000 meters, so this is very simple. We just need to add 3 zeros to each radius for the calculation. The formula we will put all these numbers in is 2 multiplied by radius multiplied by pi. Pi is a unique number that helps calculate almost everything involving circles. It is a very long number. It is actually this number, which is usually used as 3.14, but we will try to be even more accurate than this, so we will be using 3.142. So now, let us put all the numbers in this equation. For Wall Sina, 2 multiplied by 250,000 multiplied by pi gives us 1,571,000 meters. This number is the length of Wall Sina in meters. If we do the same for the other two walls, we get for Rose 2,387,920 meters, and for Maria 3,016,320 meters. Now let's sum up all the numbers and we get a grand total of 6,975,240 meters. This number is basically how long are all the walls if they were stretched to a straight line and measured in meters. Now we are only missing one simple thing to get our final answer, and that is how wide each wall titan is. So how do we do that? We know the wall titans are basically the same height as the colossal titan, and he is also 60 meters high, but we never got an estimate on how wide he really is, so I found a simple solution for that, by using proportions. Proportion helps us calculate two or more things that we know have the same proportions. So in order to apply proportions, I took this image of the colossal titan and manually measured it with a ruler. I got that his height was 6 centimeters and width was 2 centimeters. Now remember, we are using proportions, so as long as I didn't change the aspect ratio of the picture, the solution will always remain the same. Now check this out. I know that this titan is 6 centimeters height and 2 centimeters wide, which means he is 3 times higher than he is wide. And because we know a titan is 60 meters high and we know the proportions are always the same, we now know that a 60 meters high titan is actually 20 meters wide, because we know the titan is 3 times higher than he is wide. Now we have to make an assumption that all the wall titans look the same, and I think we can assume they mostly are. Also, I've taken into consideration that the titans might be crossing their hands together, and even if they don't, they still have their hands to the sides. So I decided to add 2.5 meters to each side, and add it to the 20 meters we got from before. So 2.5 and 2.5 and 20 gives us 25. Remember this number. But by now, some of you have probably noticed that this calculation does not include the outer districts, and you are perfectly right, because we have no info about them, but we do know that they are all the same size. So in order to make a calculation, I used several references from the anime and manga, and counted each district arc to the total of 58 titans. We don't need to count this part, because this has been calculated when we did the circle before. Each wall has 4 districts, and we have 3 walls. That gives us 12 districts. 12 multiplied by 58 titans equals 696 titans, and we will add this to the final result at the end. If you enjoyed me being a geek for titans so far, please subscribe and give this video a little like to let me know you enjoyed. And also, don't leave after this calculation, because I'm going to discuss another thing that no one else is talking about. So now, for the moment we have all been waiting for years actually. How many titans are inside the walls? Are there really millions of titans inside there, threatening the world? Let's get our answer right now. Let's take the number from before, which is the length of all the walls together. Now, we divide it with the width of each titan, which is 25, and we get how much titans fit inside the walls. And for the first time on YouTube, I am proud to present the number of titans hiding inside the walls is 279,009.6, which we will round up to 279,010 titans in total. To that we will add all the titans from the districts, which were 696 titans, and we get the final number of 279,706 titans inside all the walls together. And if you're interested, the titans inside each district are these. So, what do you say? Not even 1 million, not to mention tens of millions like Eren said. But hey, like I said, I don't think Isayama went this far when he wrote this story. And if you asked me before I made this video, I would have guessed a higher number. So, what do you think about it? I will link all the calculation later in the description, so you can check the number for yourself and do the calculation again. And also, let me know in the comments if you were surprised like I were, because this is actually pretty surprising. Now, after we discovered how much titans are really inside the walls, I wanted to talk about all the possible scenarios for what will happen if they will ever try to cross the ocean. For this part, I will mention some information mentioned in the manga, so there will be spoilers for anime watchers from here on out. So, please, from this point, continue with caution. First, I want to talk about the problems with the wall titans and Eren's plan. First, the lack of sun. In my first video ever, I revealed the location of Paradise Island and explained how I got to it. So, I'm sure you're all up to date with it, right? And even if you're not, go check it out later. But for the sake of this discussion, Paradise Island is in the Indian Ocean, in a part where the water depth can go down to 3,292 meters below sea level. And sunlight cannot reach more than 200 meters max beneath the water, and I'm being very generous here. So I guess there will be some problem with the titans, and in theory they should end up stuck in the darkness below, just like in the walls. Now, I know what you all think. There were all those titans Zeke used. They worked without sunlight, right? Well, actually wrong. Those titans indeed worked in the dark, but they still needed a light source, and they got it from the moon, which is actually a reflection of about 12% from the light of the sun itself. So complete darkness means no titans moving at all. Again, only my theory, and we did see titans coming out of some sea in the Attack on Titan OP, so it is important to mention that as well. Next, we have the movement directions of the titans. Unless they are all walking in a perfect line like a very strange conga line, I would assume they will destroy the entire island simply by walking. So here it depends on their direction. If they are going directly to Marley, then the whole island can go bye-bye. But if they go in all directions, that would at least leave the surface inside of once Wall of Sina and the capital of Mithras. So yeah, think about that. Next, we have the sea level rising. The level of the sea changes daily, and that is mostly because of the moon and climate changes. Just like, for example, the icebergs that are melting and raising the level of the sea. Think about what will happen when nearly 300,000 huge titans will step into the ocean in the same time, like it was some giant bath. Also, water level raises when they are getting hot, and every titan there is steaming hot, which means there is a serious danger for floods on Paradise and other places, and without walls to protect them now, this could be fatal. Another scenario can even be a tsunami, which are caused by movements and shifts in the ocean surface. And I guess this many titans walking on the ocean's floor would have this effect as well. People are also talking about Eren building a huge bridge to move the titans across Paradise and Marley, but honestly I would much more prefer seeing him raising two walls from the ocean and parting the sea like Moses did, like it is told in the Bible. That would actually be much more epic, in my opinion. But hey, this is only my theory, and I hope Isayama will find an awesome way to surprise all of us. And that is all for today, my Titan-loving friends, and thank you for watching and joining me today. And don't forget to share this video with your friends, and we will meet again right here real soon for another Attack on Titan video. And until next time, let me just remind you all to dedicate your hearts for humanity, inside and outside the walls.